Going to your first IDPA competition can feel pretty intimidating. It can be hard to know if you have the right gear or not. In this video, I'm gonna make it really easy for you and give you the 4 things that you need for a simple IDPA setup. What is up, guys? Will Workman here with Workman Protection Training, here to give you the skills, the tools, and the mindset to protect yourself and your family. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below so that we can get this content past the algorithm. YouTube doesn't like gun people. Shocker. Let's get right into what you need. First, I want to say that you do not need to be an expert level shooter to shoot your first match. As long as you can operate your gun safely and follow instructions well, you can do this. First, you're gonna need a range bag, and it doesn't have to be a nice or expensive one, but you do need something to make it easier to carry everything around. The one that I use is from Gritter Gear. It's pretty inexpensive, and if you use code PROTECTION15, you'll get an extra 15% off. You're welcome. The next thing you'll need is your eye and ear protection. I use a cheap Amazon eye protection. Should I get a better pair? Yeah, I should. For ear protection, you can certainly just go with a dirt cheap pair of earplugs and they'll work just fine for protecting your hearing. But they aren't very comfortable over time and it's hard to hear people talk while you're wearing them. A nice pair of electronic ear protection are so much more comfortable and you'll actually be able to hear the range commands clearly and hear what's going on around you while still protecting your hearing. The ones that I use are Walker Slim Razors. They're around 50 to 60 bucks, but when you're having to wear hearing protection all day and you want to have conversations too, they are worth every penny. The next thing that you will need is the gun that you shoot the best with a few spare mags. Now, this does not have to be a tricked out competition gun. Your everyday carry gun that you carry for concealed carry will work just fine. That's a lot of carries. In fact, I like to think of IDPA competitions as a great practice session for concealed carriers. So I shoot competition basically with my regular everyday carry setup because I want to be the most comfortable with that setup. Rather than being amazing with a competition rig and not spending much time with my EDC gun and holster system. That's honestly what separates IDPA from other forms of competition. Most people are just using a basic everyday carry setup. Stock guns are just fine. Now, I started out with just a stock Glock 19. I've since upgraded some things on it, but this is simply to improve my performance for training and for defensive purposes. I didn't change anything on my gun for competition. In fact, the more upgrades that you have to your gun, the more you'll move up into categories with others who have upgrades to theirs as well. If you spend a lot on the gun and the upgrades, then you're gonna be competing against the best of the best. Before we get to the last and most important thing that you need for competition, if you are new to concealed carry or you're just trying to find a better way to carry your gun, then I want to give you something that will really help you out, and that is my free guide to concealment. It's basically everything that I wish I knew when I first started carrying a gun, and I want you to have it for free. So go check that out in the description down below. The last thing that you'll need is a solid holster setup with some spare mag holders. The one that I use is the Delta holster from Eclipse Holsters. Now, this one is specifically an appendix carry holster, but they have strong side holsters as well. Now, I have very high safety standards when it comes to holsters, and Eclipse holsters are safe and very well made. They're also super customizable with a ton of different color and pattern options, as well as custom aluminum washers. I love this color scheme because it's so different from the typical black or army green that everybody else has. It's just a little something extra.
Yes, sir. A little something extra.
Most holster companies make you wait weeks or even months before they actually ship the holster out to you. But Eclipse holsters ship within 3 days every time. Check them out at eclipseholsters.com. Now, I have both of my spare mags set up kind of like a sidecar. I've found that I can get the most out of speed having everything up front where I can get to it easily. You can have as many spare mags as you want, but you'll typically never use more than 2 per stage. It is really nice to have a few spare mags in your range bag though, so you don't have to reload as much. You'll probably go through anywhere from 150 to 300 rounds depending on the competition, so you want to make sure you bring enough ammo. IDPA doesn't have to be complicated. It's one of the most simple forms of competition shooting. So pick up what you need and get out there and compete. If you gain value from this video, then don't forget to like and subscribe down below. And until next time, be alert, stand firm in your faith, be strong, be courageous, and let all that you do be done in love. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.